Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we actually did the biggest staff raid in Dungeon Quest history. Obviously you can only have 40 people per lobby and per game, but that is all good because today it was myself, we had Bill, we had Joey, we had Frankie, we had that guy, we had everyone in the staff team in a voice chat, and we were all just having some fun playing with the community. Because if you didn't know, we actually host dungeons every day over on the dungeon hosting channel in the Dungeon Quest Discord, so I thought you guys might want to join in on that next time when we do some events like this, because they are very random, they're very sporadic, and I thought you guys might enjoy just a little bit of heads up for when we're going to be doing that. I also post my dungeon hosting sessions over in my Discord, as well as sometimes on Twitter. Really just depends how I'm feeling there. But yeah, today we're just gonna be exploring how many times we can actually try and beat the speedrun record. Fun fact, we don't beat it. We thought we had beaten it at 8 minutes and 24 seconds, but no, it turned out to be it was actually 8 minutes and 32 seconds. We thought it was 8 minutes and 23 seconds, and we thought we beat it, but you understand where I'm going with this. But while we do this video, we're also going to be talking about some ideas in the Dungeon Quest suggestions channel. Just a heads up for that, but we're just going to jump straight into it today. Suggestions. Possibly some of the most popular suggestions I'm going to be bringing up over this type of video, and also just rambling on about the weird things that happen in Dungeon Quest, because as you will see, there'll probably be about 4 or 5 matches here, because we actually did really fast rounds, and I didn't expect to go, it was like an hour-long recording, and we did a lot of runs. I think we did over 10 runs, and these are only a few of them, obviously. I didn't want to spam you with an hour-long video. I don't think you could possibly handle an hour-long video of Kira rambling on about suggestions, but if you want that in the future, I guess I'm up for it. But yeah, some of the biggest suggestions that I'm going to be bringing up here right now. So, a big problem that a lot of people have had is a lot of leechers happen. We get it, leechers happen in public and private matches, and in dungeon hosting, where it's really annoying when it's the one person left and that dungeon's got 2 minutes and they're all the way at the start and you were so close to beating the boss. And it's possibly one of my biggest pet peeves when I see 10 leechers in one round. Obviously I can't do anything about that because none of us have in-game permissions, none of us can kick them, and it's not currently an option. So one of the biggest suggestions that we can see is make it so leechers can get kicked out of the game if they don't move. So obviously people are thinking of multiple different ways for this, to either give the administrator of the server who created it permissions to kick people with either a voting feature in game. So for example, I suggest that Bill be kicked from our round, and 3, 4, 5 people, the majority of votes, would have to count towards that player to be kicked. Obviously, this can be abused. So obviously you'd have to try and put a system in place to avoid the abusive stuff with that. But then another reason oh my goodness, I cannot even talk today. But another thing people are thinking of is if you have a moving countdown. So for example, once the dungeon has started and you have a 1 minute cooldown before it starts kicking you if you aren't moving, obviously out of a selective zone, but then that also could be abused. So it could just be one for if your character is not moving at all for a minute at a time. Obviously, I think these changes could be implemented, and it's very subtle, but it would make a very big difference to dungeon raids, because at the moment, I personally will host a dungeon raid. 5 people will leech. Guys, come on, you're just leeching now, and this isn't fair. Obviously, we need help, and we need everyone to help out. Obviously, we do complete them, because we have 40 people, but those 5 are a real big hindrance, because if you didn't realize, they give you 30% health on top of each thing, and it's annoying. But these features obviously are not guaranteed, they're just something that we are suggesting. Another one is, let's see, make it so players that are still alive get rarer items, so that leeches will actually have to do something instead of just standing and spawn. I kind of like this suggestion, mainly because people put in a lot of the effort. So for example, if myself and Bill were running the dungeon and BK was over at the start leeching, and he gets a legendary for leeching. It's happened before. Don't question it. It's actually happened where people have gotten legendaries while leeching, and obviously that is not fair because the people that have been working their butts off, obviously I would love to have a feature where people that did the most damage get higher rewards, but obviously since there's only like the 4 tiers of like common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary, you can't really guarantee anything in those types of odds. But Kira kind of came up with like a little fix for that type of suggestion. So I play a lot of games where they have like MVPs of the round, and obviously you can have the person that does the most damage, the most healing, the most etc, 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 and it would be like a little pop-up, and people in that game can vote for the people to be like the MVP of the round, and that person can either get, for example, some gold, some extra experience, or some extra items. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but that would be a really, really cool suggestion I would like to personally implement. I know it could be like a very terrible suggestion at the same time too, and a lot of people might actually disagree with me, but it could just be something very different, but also implement something to reward players that actually do a lot of the damage, as well as leechers. Sorry, but you're leeching, you don't get put in this. Another one would be events. So I have seen people suggest events all of the time. Obviously summer's coming up. Well, I mean, technically already there for some of you, because I know some of you are actually out of school right now. And also, if you're out of school, please let me know down in the comments so I can know when to stream. I don't know a good time to stream, and it's summer, so I need to know for you guys for these streams. But yeah, event bosses and stuff. So for example, if we had like an open spawn, like complex map where you could like go and adventure off into things, bosses would spawn in the lobbies and be like a really like cool flash up on the screen, and it'll be event boss, mushroom monster king thing has appeared, defeat it for XP or for coins or an item or just something like that. Or you could also have event bosses as in its own little map. So for example, event dungeons. So for example, if we had, I'm just gonna do a Disney reference, so we're just gonna go off Frozen. Frozen's probably the best one that I can go off to. Olaf loves the summer and he wants to keep summer there, so he's an event boss and you have to fight him to bring back the winter. I have no idea. Something like that. Or like on Easter, you have an Easter bunny boss in a special Easter dungeon and you have to like collect the eggs or something. Just something a little bit different, but also a nice little update for you guys as well. People would love to get legendaries away from daily rewards. A lot of people are actually getting their legendaries from daily rewards, and they're not actually having to run the dungeons for it, and obviously people aren't actually working for them that much. My friend, basically, he just reached level 95, and he went and got his daily reward and got a legendary. He hadn't even played the dungeon yet, and he'd already had a legendary. And he also got ancestral armor in that drop too, which was mind-blowing. But I wouldn't mind seeing legendaries removed from that, just purely because it gives you an incentive to play the dungeon and not just collect a daily reward every single day. Let's see. People would love to like interchange your cosmetics. So for example, have a princess skin but the beach girl hair, or have the angelic hood with the demonic body. Things like that obviously would be really, really cool, but then you'd have to like make it so you can equip certain parts. I don't see it happening, but it would be a really, really cool suggestion. People would like to see some more titles. I would love to see titles as well. So for example, in a map, they have like a secret hidden room that you have to find, and you can obtain like a secret title from. It could either be in the lobby, or it could be in a certain dungeon, or they could have one per dungeon. So for example, one in desert, one in winter, one in pirates, one in kings, one in underworld, one in samurai. Did I just list all of them off by heart? Oh my goodness. But yeah, really cool titles would be a really good thing too. Obviously people want PvP. We get it. You want PvP. Not really fair unless you do like a kit PvP type strategy. Another big one that I have seen is translation. I would love to see translation and being able to bring other cultures into it and other languages. Obviously, a lot of people are from places like Germany and Netherlands and like China and Japan and oh gosh, what's another, Spanish, like all of these types of languages don't have compatibility, and some people don't understand English, and obviously I'd like to see something like that, and even some improvements made to mobile and Xbox as well. And I think a translation team would be really, really cool, obviously. And yeah, I might actually bring that up to Joey and Vinny if they would like to do something like that and try and find a team for that as well. That's mainly all of the ideas, really. There hasn't been many more, mainly because a lot of them are repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats. No one wants to see it repeat over and over and over again. Obviously, a lot of dungeon themes have been suggested, as well as achievement systems. What else have we got here? More bosses, new game modes. Someone suggested for wave defense to have a boss-only wave defense, so you can face every single boss, but it has to be your level. So for example, if you're level 100, the sand boss is level 100. Something like that. People would like to see a trade history as well. I think this would be helpful, mainly because a lot of people get scammed in this and you have no trade history or anything to back you up of who you traded. I would love to see if something could actually save all that data. So for example, you can bring up trades and you can either have like a history tab, and then on that history tab it'll show like the last 3 to 5 trades that you made, and if you click that for more information you can see what was traded with what. I think it'd be a really, really nice thing to actually say, hey, this is my trade, this was my scam, this is the proof, here you go, there you go, and it's all dealt with. And I think it'd be a really nice thing to implement. Obviously other people want like a level 100 plus lobby. I don't see that happening until people are like level 150 plus, but yeah, that's mainly all of the suggestions that I had for today. If you guys like today's little mini update theories type, suggestions type, dungeon hosting type video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel. Also hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every single time I post a video or start a stream. And thank you so much to the people on the screen right now for being my current channel members. You guys are amazing, and I cannot thank you guys enough for being my channel members. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day or night wherever you guys may be in the world, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye guys!